Today, I just wanted to talk to you about one of the biggest things that holds people back, and that is fear. Oh my goodness, the amount of times that I have talked to my clients and talked to the people that I serve in ministry, and the very root of the thing that is holding them back is fear. Fear is not about the fact that you are battling some fear. It's about what you do with it. Think about David and Goliath. David was just there to deliver some cheese sandwiches, but he saw that there was a battle at hand. Do you think he might have felt fearful in that circumstance? But instead, he chose that 20-second of courage to say, how dare they defy the armies of the living God? I will stand up. I will take this on. See, it wasn't that he wasn't afraid. It was what he did with the fear. We're all going to have some things that we're afraid of. There's godly fear and there's ungodly fear. Godly fear, there are some things you should be afraid of. You should be afraid of jumping off of a cliff. You will fall and you will die. There are certain fears that we are born with that are meant and created by God to keep us safe. I want to talk about the ungodly fears that will hold us back every time. We have fear of abundance. Sometimes people are so afraid of what will happen if they actually live in abundance. Abundance is a lot of work. You know, we always speak about how we want to be like living the big life, making the big money, doing the big thing. But the reality is, abundance is a lot of work. Some people are just afraid of abundance. Some people just are believing the lie that Christians aren't supposed to live that because they're correcting that imbalance. But I tell you what, when's the last time you looked at a sick, pathetic, penniless person and thought, oh wow, there's the glory of God shining through? I think God wants his kids to prosper. Another fear is a fear of lack. Sometimes people are afraid of success. Sometimes people are afraid they aren't going to make it and they won't have enough. And honestly, that fear is just a display of our level of trust in God. We have fear of failure, but we have to remember to embrace that sometimes we will fail. We will. Because if you have never failed, you have not truly stepped out into risk. Here's a biggie, fear of the unknown. Us entrepreneurs, we have a lot of unknown. I'm an entrepreneur. I love to start big things, but there's always this level of mystery. We don't really know how the game is going to turn out, do we? Is our business going to thrive? Is it going to succeed? Is it going to fail? I'm scared to take that on. Or even fear of authority. You know, some of us have been abused by authority in our past, controlling, ungodly. They have hurt us in the past, and they have now created within us a spirit of suspicion that we reflect the sins of one unto another. And so we have a fear of authority. What would it look like if we knew how to respond to fear? Just like it's not that you have anger that's a problem, it's how you handle it, it's how you respond to it. And it's not that you have failure that's a problem, it's how you respond to it and how you think about it. In the same way with fear, it's not that you have fear that's a problem necessarily. It's how you respond to it. What are you going to do with it? I wrote up a list of you can do as a response to fear. Number 1, notice that fear is not from God. 1 John 4:18-19 says, there is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. Because fear involves punishment. But he who fears has not been made perfect in love. Number 2, look at your testimonies. Look at things that you have done, scared, and had successes. Look at them and thank God for them and get into a place of gratitude. Number 3, remember that the work you are doing is noble. Remember the work you're doing has purpose and has value and has potential to change the world around you. Number 4, remember who you are. Remember your purpose. Remember your identity. Number 5, trust Jesus. Trust him. It's about falling back into his arms and knowing that he has you in every moment. He is strong. Don't be alarmed. Choose strength and courage. This is one of the most valuable things.